And welcome to my introduction of PTG Basketball 2.0, Basketball Bones being 1.0. So, as you're staring at the three charts that you'll use most of the game, you'll memorize these things within probably 5 minutes of playing the game. I'm just showing you that that's all there really is. There's one page for rare plays, one page for buzzer beaters, but really this is it. Everything else happens off the card. So we're going to look at a couple of the aspects of PTG basketball. So number one is the time clock. There is no time clock in the normal sense. It's by possession. An average college basketball game has 70 possessions. I was interested because UVA plays the slow down pick line game of how that kind of impacts the game. And UVA averaged a low of about 60 possessions. So I said, well, that's interesting. That's a minus 10, right? Duke happens to average exactly 70, so that's a 0. So you basically take 70 minus the 10 minus the 0, and you mark 60 possessions on the clock. You scratch off everything else, which is what I've done. You'll see a dark line there where I made the halftime mark. Next thing to look at quickly is the HCA, which is the home court advantage. UVA is the home court, so they get a +4 to free throws if needed at the end of the game or the half. Fast break chance, UVA is the home team, so it's actually a 1 to 10. Duke is a 1 to 22 chance of a fast break off of a rebound. So now we're going to quickly go through the card and a couple of plays. So we're going to look at Kyle Guy first. By the way, pardon the bouncing video. It is my phone that I'm using. So in the upper left-hand corner is stamina. Stamina is, again, it's possessions. So Kyle Guy is able to play without modifier for 48 possessions. You'll have to take him off for 12 possessions to keep him fresh. This number varies from the guys off the bench having just a 2 to guys like Grayson Allen with a 52. Or Trae Young is even higher. So, the green area is the ball handle area. This is the area you'll spend most of the time in. So, it's a 1 to 100. So, SL is shot likelihood, pass, TO is turnover, OFDF is offensive foul, defensive foul, and the last column is defense. Below that is which shot. Below that is it good? Below that is there an assist? To the left is the shot modifier, which is a 2-point jumper or a 3-pointer modifier to the range of the shooter, of the opposing shooter. FT made is free throw made. Below that is the defensive range in red. Foul 1, a foul 2, a pass, or did you steal it? To the left is the block, and then to the right is the rebound. So, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that UVA has the ball, and we're going to roll. So, what you do is you say, okay, 3, 69. Now, we know from the possession chart that a 3 is the shooting guard position. So, we look at Devin Hall's card. 69 is a pass. So, you roll again. A 4 means he's passing it to the power forward, and 63. Black for me is the 10s. So, pass it to Isaiah Wilkins. A 63 is a defensive check. You'll note below the defense there's an asterisk next to the 99. Below that is the 100 is a rare play check. So if you roll 00, this is where you'll check the rare plays. It's the only place where you'll check rare plays. So, we roll again. It's an 83. We look at his opposite number, which is Wendell Carter Jr. An 83 is a pass. So we look again at the 6. The possession chart says that's a choice of a guard. So for the sake of argument, we're going to say we're going to pass it to Kyle Guy. The reason is he has a very high likelihood of a shot. So roll again. You've got 62, which is the number you need to worry about now. SL, it is a shot. So 11 is my roll. Look at Kyle Guy's which shot. 1 to 19 is a rim, so it's in the rim area, so he's standing close to the rim. We rolled a 37 to see if it's good. Rim is 1 to 49. It's good. Okay. So the last thing to do is, the game is not built or not designed specifically for every single time someone touches the ball. So the way to look at this is that, and one of the really interesting statistics I found was how often a player's shot is actually assisted. So that's the assist question mark range. So I roll against that, a 2-point jumper. I rolled an 2-point rim. So 1 to 14, there's an assist. So I rolled an 0-1, so there's an assist. 1, Ty Jerome occupies the point guard position. He gets the assist. That's as simple as it is. It is very fast to play. So for the sake of discussion, we're going to... So what I would do is I would mark on my little score sheet, and you'll see that I've already started to do some marks, right? This way up, because UVA started with the ball, I do it for this way up is UVA, and then to finish the X is Duke. So that would be UVA's possession that I would mark. And I basically play with the dice in my left hand and the pencil in my right. So next I'm going to roll. I roll a 2-31. So the position 2 is the shooting guard. In this case it's Grayson Allen. You'll see a 31 is a shot. 13 is the next roll. It's a 2-point rim. 95 was a good check. Okay, now that's a high number. Now I know for a fact in the shooting guard it's not going to be, but you want to double check the block area, because that's the range. So you would take the roll, right? It's the good range, right? 1 to 61, he's good. If there's a shot modifier, a minus or a plus, very few players have a plus, many players have a minus. So 1 to 61, no shot modifier. A 100 is a block. In this case, it's a 95, so it's just plain no good. So now we need to figure out a rebound battle. So we roll again. We refer to 02, to the red die, the 2, first, as to where the battle is, and we'll keep the 02 in mind. So the 2 position means it's a battle between these guys. So if that was Grayson Allen shooting, a rebound, 25% of the time in college basketball, a rebound is to the offense. So I decided to make that part of the game mechanic. So 1 to 25 base, you add the orb number, so plus 4, so 1 to 29, you subtract the DRB, so 1 to 21 means that Grayson Allen has the rebound. Now, like I said, remember, we wanted to remember the number? 02. So Grayson Allen has it. So he's standing right there at the basket anyway. So, and I would do this for every offensive possession, unless your shooter is just really, your rebounder is a really bad shot. Just put it back up again. So 12, right? You need to figure out where he is, because who knows where the ball bounced off. So at 12, it happens to be at the rim. It's another rim shot. I roll a 71. Is it good on a rim? He's a 61, so the answer is no. So we're back to another battle. When I rolled, if you'll notice, I rolled all 3 dice. That's a crucial thing, is to get in the habit of rolling all 3 dice. So I rolled a 6. So that's a choice of position in a rebound battle. So now in the case of UVA, their best rebounder is Isaiah Wilkins. In the case of Duke, it's really close between Carter and Bagley, but Bagley is going to win. So we're going to say Bagley is in the battle. So 1 to 25 plus Bagley's 26 is a 51 minus Jack Salt, only a 10, is a 1 to 41 chance of an offensive rebound. I rolled a 91, so Salt has a defensive rebound. He then starts with the ball. So I roll again, a 79. Look at Jack Salt. An easy way to remember this is that your guards are going to have very high SL numbers. As you get to your forwards and your centers, they're going to have smaller and smaller numbers, and backup players have smaller and smaller shot likelihood numbers. So more than likely, you're going to want your guards, as they would anyway, to shoot a lot more. So in the case of Salt, we know it's a defensive check. So I've rolled again. It's an 81. I look at the defense. I see it's a pass. Now, when I rolled the 81, I also rolled a 1. Again, I roll all 3 dice every single time. So I take the 1, which now means that's where the pass went, right? The possession chart says that's where the pass goes to the point guard. So I roll again. 20 means Ty Jerome is shooting. Okay, oh. With the rebound change, I would have marked that as the end of Duke's possession, and then I know UVA's got the possession. You'll have to pardon the fact that I mark strangely, but I'm doing it through the camera. I can't see it. So I mark UVA's. Again, I'm doing it. My right hand is always has the pencil for the stats, and my left has the dice. So I mark the Duke possession. I rolled a 43 for which shot, so we can see that's a 2-point jumper. A 25 for is it good? It's a 1 to 43. Sake of discussion, I'll show you that there's no shot modifier on Trent. Shot modifier, the best it really gets is a -3, -4. And then the block range is, for most of these guys, 100. It's when you get down to the forwards and the centers that it may really change. So 25 is good. So 2-point jumper is a 1 to 26. Was there an assist? I rolled a 55, so no assist. Move on with play. Now, one more example of play that I'm going to show you is the fast break. So, battle happens. Let's say that Trent Jr. has the ball, right? He has grabbed the rebound, right? So, and I'm trying to speed up time. I'm trying to give Duke more possessions because they're behind. So, Duke has a 1 to 22, as we noted earlier, chance of a fast break. So, first thing I do is I say, fast break, right? Then I roll. Now, I rolled a 53. So that means no fast break. So time and everything else will continue on as normal. If I had rolled a 13 and they were in a fast break, he would then continue on. Trent would have the ball, continue on with possession. The difference would be no time expired. Off of the clock. You also have slight modifiers, which you'll find in the rules for the play. So if it's in the fast break, you figure out who gets the ball. You roll all 3 dice again, figure out who has the ball. There are modifiers for making a shot or not, and then a lowering of the offensive rebound chance. So again, if it stalls, it counts as a possession. That's the biggest thing, and that's another interesting thing about the stamina rule, is that it allows for timeouts to actually count as 0 possession. So if a team calls a timeout, the next possession will not count actually for either team. So in essence, you can gain up to 7 free possessions. You're also giving 7 additional possessions to your opponent. So that's basically the game in a nutshell. It plays very fast. I think it's really a very interesting take on the game with the possession and the different shots. I can visualize these guys shooting from these different places on the court, and I think it makes for a very interesting and fun game. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. And please visit our store at sports.ptgamesinc.com. Thank you.